Cool. So I'm so excited to be talking about today's topic because it's all about interning, but not particularly just interning anywhere and everywhere, but interning abroad. If you ever have a desire to intern anywhere in the world, you could be living in London and you want to intern in Europe or intern in America. If that is your dream, do nothing but try your best to pursue it. This is you with dreams and what have you. It's like if you have a dream to do something, understand that there is a will for you to pursue that dream. Your dream, by you fulfilling your dream, you're going to bless somebody somehow. It could even just be a blessing onto you in terms of experience. But in terms of me wanting to work in America, it was just a dream that needed to be done no matter, the obstacles that were going to come my way, no matter the sacrifices that I was going to make and somewhat still making in that thing. So yeah, that's today's video. It's all about interning abroad. So how did I come about interning abroad? Okay, so entering 2013, which was my second year at university, obviously you are told what your modules are going to be, and normally in PR, the degree PR, the interning module, the interning term normally happens at the beginning of the new year, as in second term, so like between January and March. But for some weird reason, my course leader decided to do it towards the end of the academic year. But God works in mysterious ways, because that's how I was able to actually pursue my dream of interning. So she said you can intern anywhere that's PR related, or if you realise by second year that you don't want to do PR, or even try out stuff relating to PR. So if either like somewhere for a newspaper or a fashion magazine, styling, it doesn't have to be fashion PR, it could be tourism PR, it could be lifestyle PR. Do that. Minimum amount of weeks to intern is 6 weeks, but the reason why she put it towards the end of the academic year is because a lot of internships that her previous year were involved in, they wanted them to continue longer. So yeah, they either had to cut it down to part-time and balance it with working or university work, which was quite hard to balance, or they just had to say, sorry, I can't intern with you guys any longer because I have to go back to university to finish off my academic year. We had until December to really hand in exactly where we were going to intern for. So I remember so many people were on it, like they were sending out their CVs, their cover letters, everywhere. And for me, I didn't go many places. I don't think I applied for more than one position, and that was the position that I got. I kind of realised where I wanted to go, simply because up until working abroad, I had interned at a high street fashion brand. I interned at River Island for 2 weeks during the summer. I've also interned with graduate designers from LCF, so I did a lot of freelance work for them, as well as working with an independent PR that handles brands like Bora Aksu, Mark Fast, and I kind of understood where I wanted to go. I was also inspired by one of my teachers, Neve, as well as Emily. Love them too. But they had told me about the major differences between working in agency and also working in-house. So I thought, you know what, I'm not going to try in-house PR yet, but let me try agency, because I know with agency work you've got to balance a load of projects. Sometimes you could be working for 4 brands and 6 projects within a small time frame, as well as get coverage within magazines. So being very buzzy and being very active was something that really did interest me to do. And I've always had a dream to work in America. I don't know when I would work in America. I wouldn't know how I'd work in America. I'm so scared of these visas and what have you. And especially that I come from a Caribbean family. Like all this visa, green card, just kind of just like, I don't know if I can do it. But I thought, you know what? One of the biggest and most respectful PR agencies in the world, Carla Otto, I thought I might as well apply for them, and then also, apply for them in New York. and, you know, like, just do it. If I don't get it, then let me try the London office, you know what I mean? Like, might as well jump to the river than, you know, splash about in the pond. So I remember looking online. Great thing about working with LCF is that they have a subscription with Fashion Monitor. Fashion Monitor is like your A to Z book. You can find everybody and anybody that you need to get in contact with within the fashion world. And great, it was great that I could find a contact for Carla Otto. The only thing is no one answers their emails. So thank God for, is it BT I had at the time? That I had free American calls. So as soon as I got home from university, I called the receptionist. No answer again. Lo and behold, 2 weeks later, I tried that again. Got in contact with the receptionist, who was called Caitlin at the time. And then she forwarded my details to have an interview with one of the senior members of the showroom at Carla Otto in New York. Because I was applying to do showroom and PR internship. Because that's what you do in Carla Otto. You have to do showroom first, then you get transferred to the PR. I never forget his name. I'm still cool with him. He has a lovely little dog called Glitter. She is so adorable. Oh my gosh, I miss Glitter so much. But I had my interview with Chris Lucas, and the interview was a telephone interview, so it's my first ever telephone interview. And he just asked me a couple of questions, just like, you know, talk about my experience, talk about my modules at university, how would working for a brand like Carla Otto abroad benefit my future goals as a young PR. Would I be available full time? And I remember one question that really stood out for me, that like I always tell people when they're doing their first internships, soak it up and master it so much, is fashion GPS. Because he literally said like, look, one thing I really need of an intern is to really understand how to work fashion GPS. I say I had the interview on a Friday. By that following Wednesday, I got the email. I will never forget walking into university thinking I'm a bad, know what I mean, saying, yeah, I got the internship. I never heard about this thing called sponsorship, which is the next part of interning abroad. That is a bit technical, but this is where I'm here to give you a few tips. So the sponsorship program that I chose was called CIEE. I don't know what they stand for, but I'll put the links in below. And they basically handle your safety and also make sure that your employers abroad are doing what they are supposed to be doing, as well as you doing what you're supposed to be doing. So the technical part of interning abroad is more or less securing that sponsorship, making sure you have the money for the sponsorship, because you do have to pay them. I believe the fee was around 800 to $1,000, and then I also had to provide proof that I could sustain myself whilst out in New York for the time that I was there. So I believe it was anything from £1,000 to £2,000 per month that you would be there. So I was there for 20 weeks, so you do the math. Money is the hardest issue because you've got to have everything up front. And yeah, so this is not a spare of the moment thing. Luckily I just had my money right and tight, and I could always just, you know, increase it. If you have family that are willing to support you, that's even better. I had family living in New York. I have a great aunt who lives in the Bronx, and therefore that cut my spending a lot, because your sponsorship programs can find you accommodation. They are fairly cheap, and you also get to socialize and network with a load of students across the world. On my internship program with Carla Otto, there was another girl from Germany, there was another girl from Milan, and there was another girl from Shanghai. So they were really cool in that. I thought this was very daunting was my interview with the American Embassy. So once you get your visa and what have you, you have to apply for your visa and what have you. You have to go to the American Embassy, fill out all of your information for the J1 visa. It's not like a normal visa, like when you go on holiday and you pay like $12 or $15 for a 3-month, a 90-day stay. you have to have a working visa, but it's a student working visa. And you book your American embassy interview. Mine took quite a long time, as in I had my interview a couple of days before I left for Marrakesh, which would have been March, but I booked it like late January. Like they do, because you're not, unfortunately, sorry love, you're not the only one going to America to study or to intern abroad. There's so many other people like you. The phrasing of going to the American embassy to have an interview to be granted access or to be granted your visa is so daunting. I feel like they're gonna ask you these questions. If you answer like 3 out of 10, nah. The interview is only just there just to make sure that you are representing who you are, and you know, you are going to work for a company. You're not going to do like anything illegal, and make sure that you have everything in order and in check. The interview takes no longer than 20 minutes. Be very, very quick with your sponsorship program, because it could take like a month and a half for me. Weeks, months. Let's just say months, because Puss and Dove don't have the same luck. Some people can get it in weeks. To get the interview, once I got the interview, they take your passport and they said you get your passport within 10 working days. Don't try and get a appointment, you know, a couple of days before you leave, because unfortunately you can't leave the United Kingdom without your passport. I'm so sorry. Maybe somewhere else in the world, but not in the UK. And they take your passport, they check it, so therefore you'll find on your passport the visa that you have, and you'll be like, yes, I got my visa, I got my visa, and yeah, everything's all cool. The pros of working abroad, working in New York, was, for me, just the ambience. I loved the location of where Carlotta is. The journey, for me, it only took an hour, but in London, everywhere I go takes an hour, because I live in like South London, which is like far for everybody. So I remember, I'll never forget my journey. My journey was a number 2 train to 34th Street, Penn Station. Walk down to 25th Street, turn right, straight down to number 525 West 25th Street.
5 blocks down.
So yeah, 25th Street is the area of Chelsea. Everything and anything that I wanted was in Chelsea. I was not far from like Chelsea Market with all these like lovely delicious foods and like really cool cars. If you're ever in New York to just like grab a quick bite to eat in Chelsea area, grab a bite to eat from Bettino and get their chicken Caesar salad with a chocolate chip cookie and a watermelon lemonade, and have lunch on the Chelsea High Line. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful High Line. You get to see like the river. You also get to like dine around like really, really cool floral gardens. And then when you go towards the end, there's like this big like seating area, and you just see like the traffic of New York, and it's so breathtaking. All the traffic going whilst you're just you know, chilling and eating for a little hour. So yeah, I'd always say do that. And I just got to experience being independent on a whole new level. I would say the relationship that I have with my mom, because I only live with my mom, you know, she has given me free will to do a lot of stuff. She's been very supportive with that. But leaving London for such a long time was somewhat of a challenge, because I'm always used to just, if something goes wrong, call mum will sort it out. But if something went wrong, then I had to sort it out in New York, because young lady in New York, and just really get to experience stuff. Really cool pro is meeting Carlotta herself. So cool and so inspiring. And it was also a reminder to me like how she treated everybody. She treated everybody with such respect, and I kind of felt like someone who is so high up, so respected in this industry, she doesn't have to talk to you. It can literally be like a Miranda Priestley moment for you every single day. Like, you work in fear, but she would talk and she would get to know you, and she would just get to like, you know, ask about like, you know, like, you know, how's your time working here. I remember her just asking me like, how do you find New York, what are my modules at LCF. You could consider this a con, but I would consider this as a pro as well, that I feel like people in New York do not care who you are, where you come from. Like, if you can't do the job, they literally will tell you to, like, go away, like, in a rude way, swearing type of thing. They want someone that can do the job and do the job properly and do the job quickly. They don't want someone where they have to tell them 5 times how to do a simple thing. They want it done quickly. There's a difference between asking questions, ask as many questions as you want, obviously you're there to learn, but then just being lazy and not being efficient. The downside of the great news was telling my family, telling my friends, because I remember calling up one of my friends. She didn't answer her phone, so I called another friend of mine, and the first thing she said was, how are you going to live when you come back from interning abroad? Like, is your job gonna allow you to go for so long and then come back? Do you even have the money like that? You know, rich people's children intern abroad, not someone like me. And I just said, like, you know, it will all work out. If it wasn't supposed to be, then I wouldn't have got the acceptance. So yeah, thank you for watching, and remember, if you have a dream, pursue it. Pursue it, pursue it, pursue it. People may be like, dreaming too big, bye Felicia, go away. Like, let me pursue my dream, because children of God can dream, and they can pursue their dream, and they can achieve their dream, and the dream will either bless them, bless God most importantly, or bless someone else. I got so much great things, great memories that I would never trade for anything else in the world. Like, when I have children, if they want to do the same thing, go. Do it for longer. Yeah, I would definitely leave the CIEE sponsorship program that I used to go to America and intern in the description box below. And yeah, I hope you guys really like this video. Let me know if you need anything else for me to talk about, and I'll film it as much as I can.
Laugh.
For you to be accredited was, did you want me to stop?
No, it's 6 weeks.
Oh, girl, you need to write them cards, because it's like, you really need them cards. Cause I was thinking 6, like, is that bad? Like, stop, hold.
No, it's 6 weeks.
But I get my passport pictures done. My godmother told me go and get them done again and slap on some makeup, and I'm like, you can't slap on makeup for passport, it has to be bare. She said go and put a little bit of foundation, a little bit of gloss, and it's all okay.
No, you can.